Welcome on the trail. I'm Steve Evans. Right now, I'm driving on the I-15 north towards Zion National Park. The sun is just coming up and it is about 5:33 a.m. Las Vegas time. I left approximately an hour and a half ago and should get to Zion in about 2 hours. The plan is to hike the Zion Narrows. I'm going to park my car at the Zion Adventure Company, take their shuttle up to the top, and do a 2-day, 1-night hike down. And once again, I'm going to let you guys join me. Alright, coming up to 9:30. Once again, we're at the Zion Adventure Company. This will be the green van that I take. I am parked at the end of the road. The plan is to get this hike
about
done.
10 or 15 years, he said he'd never seen or heard of a bear. Yeah, see, they're going to hold us up here. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, that's not too, probably just not very long.
Alright guys, well, there's my van driving away that just dropped me off. And this is the beginning. Apparently the first 2 miles is on this dirt road. It's actually a beautiful day. Got 2 liters of water. Actually 1 liter of Gatorade. And in about a half hour, 45 minutes, we should hit the water. I'll put on my dry suit or dry pants and we'll get started. So, water is picking up a bit. The trail has turned into, let's say, almost like sand or very fine dirt. And I suspect that we're coming up to the end of the road. I always find it interesting when you see these old pieces of machinery. I'm not even sure what's out back there. One of these old hunting cabins or whatever it is. Always wonder if a bear has taken up its habitat or a couple corpses are sleeping in there. Anyway, we're about a solid hour in. I'm either making really bad time or I'm lost, which is probably both, to be honest. But seems that the road is turning into more of a dirt trail as we go forward, so this could be a good sign. Might be getting to the water. Okay, well, we're a solid hour in. Excuse me. I thought I was lost, but I'm just slow. It appears that this indicates it's a trail. So I will continue down this trail, see where it gets us. Seems odd that horses would be doing the narrows, but perhaps that's what they do. So, right up until the hour and a half mark maybe, you'll just be doing hopping across rocks, which I guess are leading up to the narrows. I haven't put on any of my waterproof gear yet because I'm not actually getting wet. Use a trusty pair of hiking poles. You can balance on the rocks a little bit better. Alright, for the record, I think they said that the water was about 9 degrees Celsius, which works out to somewhere around 49, 50 Fahrenheit, and running at 52 cubic feet per meter, which is well below the speed at which they close the narrows. And so far my feet are doing good. They're of course cold, but up until now I'm not actually walking through the water, just crossing over the river a bit. Nothing more than ankle high. So we've yet to hit the first narrows. There's some quite beautiful scenery with these cliffs. You can see how low the water is now and how high it has been some years all the way up here, or some days I guess when it rains a lot or floods. So what I'm doing right now is got to a point where I'm basically walking in water constantly, but not very deep, you know. It's just so it's soaking through and my feet are getting a little cold. So the green socks, which I was wearing earlier, were just the trail runners. I've just swapped one out. I'm going to swap the other one out now. I'm going to put on my 3mm neoprene sealskin socks, see how that works. And if in about a half hour or an hour I'm still cold or water's getting in the top because it's getting too deep, I'm going to go ahead and put on my dry pants. We're basically completely converted to walking through water back and forth. Up ahead you can see 2 hikers. It's actually a couple of guys from Vancouver, and they're wearing the dry pants and the dry shoes. I've got the neoprene socks on now, and it has made a world of difference. So much so that I'm actually hot now instead of frozen like I was earlier. We just came through there and it appears that we've reached the first narrows. And that's about 3.5 hours, a little bit less, so it's pretty accurate considering my slow pace. As we walk through the water here, I anticipated getting much deeper, in which case I'll decide whether or not to put on my dry pants. Just to give you an idea of how tall we are. Come down, there's my two buddies from Vancouver again. Got a nice little turn in the bend here. So I've been walking in water for at least the last hour and a half or so, 2 hours. Socks are keeping me warm. Packed extra ultra light, so I don't have a problem there. What I did not understand on the map is when it says first narrows, I think that generally just means there's going to be sections that are narrows, not necessarily the first narrows will begin there. So we've been going in and out of a few, let's say, canyons with water. Nothing too deep so far, no need to put on my dry pants, but I have yet to see what's coming up ahead. A little bit chillier as we get out of the sun. You can see the walls are really tall here and the canyon's thinning out. It actually looks incredible down here. So it's getting a little deeper as well. So this is what we're into now. On the first day of hiking still. I was a little bit nervous at first. I thought I had to jump off there. But apparently there's a passager on the south side. That's where we just came out of. We're going to continue down there. And we're right at the Deep Creek Junction. And there's Deep Creek right there. So we're about 5 hours 45 minutes from the start to here, which means I got to pick up the pace if I want to get to my campsite before dark. Okay, so the last hour before campsite 12 gets way deeper. I've soaked both my pant legs pretty good, even though I hiked them up. But the bonus of the whole thing is there's campsite 12 on that side of the river. And that looks friggin' deep. Alright guys, well, we've set up camp number 12. It's actually quite a large spot. Got a spot for a tent over there. Easy fit 2 more here. There's no fires allowed in Zion, but they set up some rocks so you can sit around them and pretend, I guess. I've got my kitchen set out. I'm gonna make some dinner. And if you remember, I told you earlier I woke up at 3:30 in the morning. I'm really tired and I'll probably be in bed by about 9. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning.
Good morning, everyone. 7:20. I slept for many hours. It's a little bit cold outside, so I'm hesitant to get out of the tent, pack up my stuff, but I'm gonna have to. Oh, it's the campsite in the morning. Water down below. All right, let's go.
So it's 8:30 in the morning. We're leaving from campsite 12. You can see almost immediately we need to get in the water. I've got the dry pants on today to see how they work out. It is rather chilly, so hopefully they keep me warm. The area behind me, I believe, is known as Wall Street. It's the main, say, canyon that we walk through here. One key thing to point out is that in this area there's no high ground to go to in case there's a flash flood. Unfortunately for me, there's no chance of a flash flood over the next couple days, so I'm probably a low risk hiker. So my two friends from Vancouver there, and my buddy from Atlanta that I met this morning. Up ahead, we got the two from Washington that stayed just the campsite beside me. So I think this is, what do they call it, maybe big rock or something, where it forces the water to just 10 feet wide. That's what we just walked through right there. So we're coming up to 10:30, which is about 2 hours into our hike. Spending a lot of time in the water today compared to yesterday, that's for sure, which is a good thing. So we'll continue to do so. Now we did meet a group of hikers. Like I mentioned, they said about an hour and a half, so we're probably about an hour out at this point. Whether or not I head up the other canyon, I'm not sure. I'll take a look up it and see if it's interesting, but the scenery at this point is absolutely fantastic. If you guys can take a look at that or not, look at that. You see the sunlight creeping through. So just off the Narrows, the Virgin Narrows, we've got, I don't have the map, Orderville Canyon I think it is, Orderville. This is the beginning of it. I'm gonna head up in about 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Those of you that are doing the Zion Narrows, it'd be worth your while to come up Orderville Canyon. It's quite beautiful and it's a little bit more technical. Maybe the water's a little bit low, but I've had to do some scrambling here and there, put my poles down, take my pack off just to get up. Still in Orderville Canyon, I've just reached this waterfall. I don't know how long, I've been going for about half an hour, maybe 45 minutes, I can't remember now, but I'm gonna turn around. This is about a 6-foot jump up, which isn't necessarily a big deal, but I'm a little bit tired from yesterday and I'm hoping there's not something amazing up past there. But if you've been here before and you have gone past here, let me know so I can feel like an idiot. Anyway, I'm gonna head back to the main Narrows now. After Orderville Canyon, about 20 minutes outside, canyon pops out on this bright sunny beach. And I went from instantaneously cold to roasting hot. I'll have to do a clothing adjustment if it's trail can. Coming up to 12:30, which makes a 4-hour hiking time from campsite 12 up Orderville and to the point where I've taken off my dry pants now, as most of the people coming up are basically wearing flip-flops and shorts and stuff. So it's a nice tranquil spot as we near the end of the hike. You can tell that we're pretty close because there's lots of people, even people swimming and whatnot. Now it looks as though this is going to get a little bit deep. I've already got my pants a little bit wet because I took off my dry suit. This is the paved path that takes you back to the Sinawawa bus station. So from Camp 12 to the start of this path, I left at 8:30, got here at 1 o'clock. So after the mile of paved trail, which takes about 15 minutes, you come to the free Zion Shuttle, which you take from Sinawawa to the visitor center.
Yeah, you know, it was red. A lot of the kids have been red when they were born, and then as they got older, the red went away.
Red had black hair when she was born, and now she's really
Heather had black hair. Heather had really.
Alright guys, well I made it back to the strip yesterday, around 6:30. It's now, I stayed at the Luxor Hotel, which was actually pretty neat. It's got like a pyramid shape. I'm off to the airport now, and my flight is in about 3 hours. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm just gonna get some gas and return the rental car. In the meantime, if you've got any questions or comments, especially if I've got people that have hiked the same trail and have some advice for maybe myself next time or someone else, feel free to send me an email or post a comment on the YouTube video. I'm usually quick to respond. I'm Steve Evans, and I'll see you on the trail.